I'm in trouble. Hey, there's a guy at my house right now, a friend of yours.
Oh, that's Jeffrey, he's my friend. He just called me and we're going to have a drink after a long time. I'm still working and won't be home for another 2 hours and Jeffrey's already on his way. I told him to go home first.
Huh? If that's the case, you should have called me first. I can't let someone I don't know come to my house. Anyway, I told him to come back when you get back, so he went home.
What the hell is that? That's so rude. I've texted you, telling you that my friend is coming before Jeffrey got to her house.
I didn't receive that one.
You should check it again, I'm sure that I sent it.
I checked it already, but I really haven't received your message. You must be mistaken. You should double check.
Gosh. Seems that there was a transmission error when I sent that.
See? You didn't send it.
But when Jeffrey told you that he's a friend of mine, it's your job as my wife to shut up and entertain him. That's not very nice. You sent him home without even offering him a cup of tea. You're useless.
I don't even know him. What if he's a criminal who pretended to be your friend? What if he does something nasty to me?
How could anyone do that? I don't think Jeffrey would harm you, Rose. You are too self-conscious.
Are you telling me that I'm worse than you, who forgot to let me know that your friend was coming?
Think about it. Why didn't you just ask him to show you the conversation on his phone? That way you would have known we were friends, right? See? That's easy.
I thought so too. I told him that too, but he said that he forgot his phone and wouldn't let me see it. If there was no way to check whether he was your friend or not, there was nothing I could do. Even after that, my husband kept complaining to me for a while. His friend also treated me as if I were a devil's wife. Jeffrey forgot that my husband made a mistake by not texting me before he came to our house. Both of them blamed me, as if I was the only one at fault. No matter how much I was blamed, I could not trust my husband's friend. I just could not trust him in any way. No matter if my husband has given his permission, I don't think it's a good idea to visit a newlyweds when the wife is all alone in the house. Also, what everyone shouldn't forget is, my husband said that Jeffrey is already on his way. Then why didn't Jeffrey have his cell phone with him? I wonder how he communicated with my husband. I felt some kind of unexplainable fear. That's why I decided to go back to my parents' house. Then, I received a message from my husband, who was in a panic when he came home from work.
Where are you now? What the hell do you think you're doing leaving me like this? You have no reason to be upset. I was the one who texted you to let you know that my friend was coming, so why are you the one who's still mad at me all this time?
Are you listening to me? I told you the other day I didn't get a message. You said there was a transmission error. Don't forget it just for your own convenience.
That's why I called you, didn't I? I was trying to make sure that you're okay.
You called me? I didn't get that.
There you go. You're so full of it. I didn't hear it. I didn't get it. You just forget about it, didn't you?
Then why were you trying to text me? You couldn't call me, so you decided to text me, didn't you?
I did what I was supposed to do, Rose.
You keep telling me about that and you never listen to me. I thought that when we got married, you'd think a little more about me. I was wrong. I've had enough. You just keep one-sidedly bad-mouthing me for selfish reasons.
But you can't prove I didn't contact you, can you?
Huh? There's no record of text or missed call from you, Kenny.
Think about it. How can someone that can be easily erased like that be proof? You're too self-aware. Nobody's after you.
That's not what this is about. Yeah, okay. Seems like you're not going to apologize to me.
Why should I apologize? You're the one who's sorry, right? I didn't do anything wrong.
Then fine, I won't even talk to you. I'm thinking about a divorce. That's what I'm gonna do.
Hey, you think you can talk to me so selfishly like that? What the hell do you want? What's your purpose?
I beg your pardon? I don't trust you anymore. That's why I said I want a divorce. I don't understand why you're blaming me when I didn't do anything wrong.
That's why I told you that my friend, Jeffrey, was going to visit our house.
You see, this just keeps going back and forth, so I don't want to talk about it anymore. Even if you did text me, why would you call your friend when you're not home?
Because Jeffrey said that he didn't have a place to wait.
A place to wait, huh? What a lame excuse. There are plenty of places to wait, such as restaurants and so on. Isn't that crazy? Coming all the way to our house when I was the only one there.
Don't say bad things about my friend.
Okay, let's say I let your friend come inside. What do you want me and your friend to do?
You can just prepare dinner or something, like what everyone does when they have a guest coming to the house. Just serve tea and snacks to him, let him watch TV and make him feel like home.
You want me to cook dinner for a stranger?
Yeah, what's wrong with that? It's not that hard, is it? That's what a wife is supposed to do.
Likewise, if my friend came over, would you serve her dinner?
I would if she's your friend. I'll say serve her tea too.
Then what if that friend of mine is actually a criminal who just lied to you?
You don't have to worry about that. You've never had a friend visiting you in the first place. Anyway, do you really have a friend? That means when the person says that she's your friend, I'll know right away that she's trying to deceive me.
Kenny, do you realize that you're contradicting yourself?
Huh? I'm just stating about the common sense. You're just being too logical and difficult. Also, you're trying so hard to justify yourself.
No, I think I'm just talking plain and simple.
That's your common sense. I'm different from you and I'm not that complicated.
Then divorce me because I can't be with someone who doesn't value my common sense.
Huh? Why are you talking like that? That's so extreme.
If that's the way you're talking right now, then yes.
But divorce over something like this is overreacting, right? You should think twice.
I thought so too. We'd get into trouble over something as trivial as this, you know? I can't continue our marriage to someone I can't have a proper conversation with. I'll report this to your parents too.
You think you can do such a selfish thing? I'll forgive you now, so don't make any more trouble and come back.
Forgive me? I'm not going back to our house. You have until tomorrow to decide whether you're going to apologize or divorce me. If you don't apologize, let's have a divorce.
That's right. I just remembered. Jeffrey was at our wedding.
What? What are you talking about out of the blue?
We knew each other. He was at our wedding, so he knew you too. That's why he wasn't a stranger.
What do you think you're talking about, Kenny? Do you know how many friends you invited to our wedding? There were a lot of people and most of them were your colleagues. How could I remember the face of someone I met only once at the wedding?
Don't be so heartless. Jeffrey was there to celebrate our marriage.
Do you remember the faces of even one of my friends? Would you recognize them if you saw them on the street? What's wrong? Did you just ignore me because you don't remember any of my friends? Are you just going to forget every single thing that you think is inconvenient for you?
Jeffrey is really my friend.
Even if I did remember him, it doesn't mean that Jeffrey is my friend, okay? We have never talked to each other. I don't want to spend a few hours alone with a stranger. I don't care even if you ask me to do it for your sake.
He's a friend of mine. Why can't you just be nice to him for my sake? If you can't even do that, that's very selfish of you. It's okay that this time it was a friend, but what if the person was my boss? That could affect my promotion. Can you take responsibility if I don't get promoted for the rest of my life because of you? Isn't that the worst thing you could do as a wife?
Okay, let's say that the person was a criminal. If I got killed because I invited him in, can you take the responsibility for that? Kenny didn't reply to me. Well, I guess he can't answer that because he has never thought about that possibility. Seems like the divorce is not moving forward. Maybe I should ask for a lawyer. The next day, I looked at my cell phone during my part-time job lunch break. I got a long message from Kenny. I didn't even want to read it. Although the content was in the form of an apology, the message was full of excuses and condescending. No matter how hard I tried, I could not forgive him. One thing that bothered me was that his friend Jeffrey said he wanted to apologize to me. I was thinking about why Jeffrey wants to go through the trouble of meeting me. I felt that something was not right. I wanted to set up a meeting with an attorney to discuss the divorce matter. I contacted my husband but did not receive a response. Then, on the weekend, my husband suddenly came to my parents' house with Jeffrey. When they came, my younger brother and his wife Megan were there. My parents were out. So the five of us, my husband, Jeffrey, my younger brother, and his wife, decided to have a discussion. There was no apology from my husband and Jeffrey. The discussion remained at a standstill. It didn't make any sense. I wondered what they came here for. In the end, I decided to hire an attorney. I asked my husband and Jeffrey to leave that day. Later that day, I was told an unbelievable fact by a certain person. What are you waiting for? All you have to do is get a divorce. You're the one who made things so complicated. What's wrong with you all of a sudden? This is between me and Kenny. It's none of your business, Megan. Of course, it's also my business. I want to marry Kenny as soon as possible. Seriously, what are you talking about? You are my brother's wife. I found out when I visited your house last time. I realized that I was married into this family to meet Kenny. I felt like it was my destiny to be together with him. You're also insensitive, aren't you? Kenny is very fond of me, so he's mine already. He said he'd remarry me as soon as he divorces you. Just go ahead and tell Kenny is not at fault. Well, he doesn't love you anyway. Then you can get a divorce with a clear mind, right? Kenny may feel refreshed, but I don't. If he doesn't love me, then why is he arguing about the divorce? He can just do it straight away if he wants to. Kenny is a smart guy. If he admits that he's at fault, you have to pay alimony, right? He said he doesn't want that to happen. That's not smart. That's just being petty. So since he doesn't want to pay for alimony, he's just going to keep on complaining. I'm appalled. What about Jeffrey then? It's just not right that he keeps popping up multiple times. He has nothing to do with this, so why is he acting like he's a part of this matter? I'll tell you what I think. Jeffrey loves you. Huh? He fell in love with you when he saw you at the wedding. But he gave up on you because you're his friend's wife. But when he and Kenny were having a drink together, Kenny told him that he wanted to divorce you. When he heard that, Jeffrey's love for you had got stronger than before. I'm happy for you. So you and my husband took advantage of that. Well, that's what it comes down to, but it doesn't matter, does it? The truth is that the day Jeffrey went to your house, I got proof of the affair and tried to use it for the divorce. But Jeffrey chickened out at the last minute. Since you turned him away, the whole plan got screwed up. You're just playing hard to get. Do you even know what you're talking about? You're saying that you're trying to take advantage of your own friend. That's very inhuman. It's okay because nothing happened, right? It would have been fun if something had happened. That's not the point. Do you even care about other people's life? If that had happened, Jeffrey would have been arrested by the police. Kenny told Jeffrey not to worry because he would pay for the settlement. Jeffrey said he had no intention of doing any harm to you. He didn't even know he was being used, and he was so eager to go and see you. Poor Jeffrey. He thought that he could be together with you. He's just too sweet, which really makes me want to laugh out loud. You're such a jerk. You can say what you want. It doesn't hurt my feelings at all. At first, I was going to charge you with adultery. But that's too much trouble. Just divorce Kenny as soon as possible. I don't want to wait any longer. You don't have to pay me any more money, so just get out of my life. When Megan contacted me, a chill ran down my spine. I felt as if I were frozen by her curse. It was all planned. I have no trust in my husband anymore. He is more of a stranger to me now. I'm afraid to stay in the marriage any longer and I don't want him to come up with another nasty plan. I decided to consult an attorney immediately. I was confused with a mix of anger and disappointment. Once I realized that it was a setup, I completely switched myself to an anger mode. I swear that I will not be defeated. Let the war begin from here on. What do you think you're doing, Rose? It's so obvious, isn't it? What you tried to do to me. I'll never forgive you. You have to take responsibility as an adult. I didn't do anything wrong. You just didn't do anything directly to me. You knew about the plan, so it's the same thing. This whole thing has hurt me a lot. I've been scared. That's why I'll make you pay for the alimony. But your brother is going to ask for alimony too because he's divorcing me. I can't pay that much. Don't you dare say that to me. You're still married and you're responsible for hurting my brother's feelings. I also gave him the screenshot of the messages I had with you. You'd better admit it soon, Megan. You don't like waiting, do you? You're the worst thing ever. That's why you're dumped by Kenny. I know, I'm not stupid, so maybe I was too smart for Kenny. But to be honest, I'm grateful to you for giving me the opportunity to divorce my husband like that. Thank you, Megan. You and Kenny are a perfect match. I know it's going to be hard to pay for the alimony from now on, but you and Kenny are capable to do that together. Wait a minute. I'm not finished talking with you. You must drop your lawsuit against me. The alimony from Kenny is enough. You don't have to take it from me too. Hey, don't ignore me. Say something, Rose. Please. That terrible plan was exposed. Kenny and I, Megan and my brother were able to divorce rather easily. My brother and I sued Kenny, Megan, and Jeffrey for alimony. The three of them kept blaming each other. They showed no signs of remorse for what they had done. They are really shabby people. The attorney thought they were malicious and demanded a substantial amount of money for compensation. If they did not comply, they would go to court and content certified letter will be sent to each company they are working for. With this, Kenny and Jeffrey gave up easily and paid the fee. Megan, who was a housewife, had no way to pay the fee, so she was complaining, but her parents shut her up. Kenny was blamed so badly by my parents, his younger brother, and his own parents, and when he came to my parents' house to write the divorce papers, I was surprised to see that he was like a zombie. But both my parents and my brother say they have no intention of forgiving Kenny. Of course, neither do I. It seems that Megan told Kenny to marry her, but Kenny's parents were against that. It seems that Kenny, who's fed up with all the lecturing from his parents, did not defend Megan and turned her away, saying that he would not marry her. I have returned to my parents' house and am regaining a peaceful life. After what happened, my brother and I were depressed for a while. But both of us were glad that we realized the true nature of Kenny and Megan at an early stage before we had kids.
Good morning, Nancy. Oliver looks great today as well. So, can you divorce him? Good morning, Camilla. As I've told you before, I'm not going to divorce him. My husband also doesn't want you, so please give it. He's just saying that, you know. Oliver seems sad because if we have relations now, it's going to be an affair. So you should just divorce him now. How can you still say this? I don't know how many times we've had this conversation with you. Seriously. So divorce him. I'm not going to. Anyways, I have to go to work, so goodbye. You're running away like that again. That's like you're admitting your defeat. Just divorce him and let him go. Hey, Oliver. Camilla is her usual self this morning as well, but are you okay? Oh. She was waiting for me at the corner, so it took some time to get rid of her. I had to sprint to the station. Oh my god. For real. You had a meeting with your boss today, so you went to work in your best suit.
I know, right? It was hard trying to set my mind after that.
Good work.
Oh yeah. About the meeting with my boss.
What is it?
I'll tell you when I get home, but it was amazing.
What do you mean?
It's a promotion.
That's great.
It's going to impact both of us. So he told me I should talk it over with my family. It's going to be long, so I'll tell you when I get back.
Okay.
Anyways, let's both work hard for this evening as well.
Yes, let's do that. Hey, Nancy. Do you know, recently, things are going on? I guess you guys are going to get divorced soon. You keep saying that. Let me tell you. We are busy because we're going to move soon. Oh, really? Oh, I get it. Is that why you've been throwing out more trash than usual? And there have been big garbage trucks in front of your house. That's the reason why. You're paying a lot of attention. Anyways, that's why. So can you stop chasing after my husband? Don't say I'm chasing after him. He wants to make out with me, but he can't break up with you. So that's why I'm doing all the work chasing him. He's scared that I might hate him. How can you misunderstand so much? You're the one that's misunderstanding. You have no idea that Oliver likes me. To begin with, you have a husband and a cute daughter. You're a wife, and why are you chasing around someone else's husband? What's going on about that? Oh, about that. We're going to get divorced, so don't worry about it. Oh, really? Because, what is it? I guess you know it, but pretend you don't know. I have no idea what you mean. Anyways, we're going to move. So stop chasing around my husband. Okay, whatever. I'll do that for now. Oliver, how was Camilla this morning?
Oh yeah. She's been talking to me non-stop every morning until now, but this morning she just said hello and left. It seems like she was waiting for me though.
But I guess her actions are a little bit better.
I don't know about that.
What do you mean?
Her stares.
Her stares?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It seems like she's thinking something. And she's very close to me.
Oh my god, maybe she's still misunderstanding something.
I can't tell her to back off because I feel like she's staring at me since it seems narcissistic. If she says it's a misunderstanding, there's nothing I can do. I just want to move right now.
I know, right? Oh yeah. I talked to Camilla's husband.
Seriously?
I haven't seen him in a while. It seems like he's working out of the city. But he was back, so I told him what's going on.
What did he say?
He was sorry that she was causing so much trouble. It's also true that they're talking about divorce. They're fighting over custody right now. She leaves her daughter with her husband and sister who works from home most of the time. So I think he's going to use that to gain custody of her daughter.
I see. There's stuff going on there as well.
It seems like it. Anyways, 1 week left. Let's do it.
Yes, let's do that.
Nancy! You just left your house with your kid and stuff, right? And Oliver was there. That means you guys divorced. So now he's going to propose to me tomorrow. I'm so happy. Also, me too. I got divorced yesterday. We were fighting over custody, but my husband got custody. But I figured I can just have a child with Oliver. Since 100 days later, I'll be his wife. I gotta start moving into the house. About the stuff. Can you tell me Oliver's contact information? What do you mean? Oh, I knew there were a lot of notifications, but it was you, Camilla. Tell me Oliver's contact information. You didn't know. I didn't have a choice. It's not good to know his information before we both get divorced. And we were able to talk to each other every morning anyways. Yes. So I saw we could just exchange numbers after we started living together. I tried to go into his house, but apparently it's locked. Why don't you go back to your own house? I gave my keys back so I can't get into my old house. so I have to live with Oliver today. Please, tell me.
That's not possible.
What are you talking about? It's fine because you guys are already divorced, right? Or do you still have feelings for Oliver? You suck. You have to leave him gracefully. Besides, I told my parents I'm going to meet Oliver, so you have to leave.
Hey, Camilla. We aren't divorced.
What is it? Because you said you're going to move.
Yes, the whole family is moving.
What the fuck? I thought you were going to move because you're getting divorced, and your kid is going to transfer schools. That's because you got custody, right?
I'm saying the whole family is moving. I never told you I was going to divorce him anyways.
Then why was Oliver at home when you guys left? It would be normal if you all left together.
He had to go to the office before leaving, so we left differently. We just met up at the airport.
Airport?
Yes.
It seems like you're going to go far away since you're at the airport.
Yes, he got transferred to France.
France?
I'm not going to tell you which city. I don't want you coming after us.
What are you talking about? Oliver wants to marry me. Give him back to me. He will be happy with me. You have to let him go. You can't tear two people apart into our love.
Hey, I have to ask you.
What is it?
Why do you think you guys are in love?
What the fuck?
All of a sudden, you started chasing after my husband.
I wasn't chasing after him. Let me explain it to you. Oliver. He picked up a tissue I dropped. His smile when he gave me the tissue. That's when we fell in love.
When was that?
I won't forget. It was the first Saturday of October.
That's not my husband.
What do you mean?
My husband was at a friend's wedding that day. He wasn't in the city from the day before. So on Saturday, he was attending the wedding. And he goes back on Sunday.
What the fuck?
I have pictures to prove he was at the wedding. So I'm guessing it's a completely different person.
Oh my god! But the person came out of your house.
Oh yeah, that day a pushy salesman came by.
A salesman?
He did kind of look like my husband.
So it was him. Which vendor was it?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
It was months ago. And it's just an estimate. Because I didn't see the scene where someone picked up your tissue. I'm just telling you that it wasn't my husband.
Oh my god!
But I guess I proved the misunderstanding.
I guess so. But I have my soulmate.
Go find him yourself.
You're not going to help me?
Why would I? I'm leaving this country anyways.
Oh my god! Where am I supposed to go?
What do you mean?
I can't enter my old house. And I can't go back to my parents' house. And I'm guessing you guys also moved out of your house completely.
Of course.
Oh my god! I have no house to go back to.
Well, it's the time of my flight.
Oh my god!
Excuse me.
No way! Do something. Please, do something.
After that, Camilla's ex-husband told me everything. Right after she texted me, apparently she asked to get back together with him. But he moved after the divorce. And told her that they were strangers now. After that, I heard from the other moms. That she found the pushy salesman. But she was made a sucker and is now in debt. Now everyone is cutting ties with her because they think she's crazy. Now she works at a place that offers to house. I can't believe her life changed so much from just one simple misunderstanding.